What's going on YouTube? I'm back today with another tutorial. Today we're going to be going over my favorite audio effect in Adobe Premiere. This is a built-in effect right in Premiere that you can use in many different ways. I've used it for years for weddings, for interviews, for gym videos, for slow-mo. People use it for an underwater sound effect. So you can really use this one tool in many different ways and get lots of different effects from it. So let's jump into it. Alright, so we've got 3 different examples in Premiere already loaded up with songs for each one. So now I'm going to take you through how to apply this effect and 3 different ways that you can use it. So this first one here is a video that I shot of some parkour, and the clip already has a speed ramp effect added to it, so it slows down during the backflip and then speeds back up at the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this effect to make the music sound like it's in slow motion with the video as well. So the effect that we're using today is the low pass effect. You're just gonna go to your effects panel, type in low pass, and you're just gonna drag that right onto your clip. So for these examples, I'm using this effect on all my music, but you guys can use this on any sound effects or anything like that that you want to add this sort of effect to. And what you want to make sure first for this effect is that your cutoff point is set to the maximum. So I always just hit 9 a bunch and then it'll go to max. I'll play it through real quick. So that's it. It basically just is regular music right now. So what we want to do is set keyframes for our cutoff point. So we're going to time it with the speed ramp. So we're going to go to our video. We're going to go to the beginning of the keyframe for the speed ramp, and then we're going to go to our music and hit the stopwatch on the cutoff. Next we're going to go to the end of the speed ramp and then go back, and you're going to set another keyframe. Now for right now I'm just going to leave it and then we'll go back, because we're also going to do the same thing with the other end of the speed ramp coming out of it. So go through all of those and get your keyframes set up, and then once you have those set up, you are going to go back to the beginning, go to your second keyframe, because you want the music to be regular going into the clip, and then we're going to go down into the effect. So you go to your second keyframe, which will be the end of the speed ramp, and we're going to bring this down to about 1500. Usually on my videos I go anywhere between 1000 and 2000 for the cutoff point. It just depends on what the song is, if it has a lot of high pitch or a lot of low pitch in the song. And then whatever you set it to, you want to go to your third keyframe, which will be the end of the slow motion portion when it is getting ready to ramp back up, and you want to make sure that that is set to the same number as well. So now we'll play it through, see how that sounds. So I think that's great right there. Usually I would also add a hit or a whoosh sound effect or something of that sort, so that it transitions a little better and adds a bit more drama to this effect. Next up we have for a talking head clip or an interview that you want music in the background, but you don't want the music to be overpowering. You just want it as a low background track. So we're gonna go here. This is from another old YouTube video of mine, and what we're gonna do is we want music to be in the background, but when you play it. So first up we've got the LaCie rugged external hard drives. You can tell, especially with those high tones, that it is overpowering the clip. So what we want to do is put the low pass filter on, and it'll drown out the music a little bit. That way the voice can be heard over it better. So what we're simply going to do, go up to your effects again and drag it down onto your music, and I'm going to set this one to about 1000. That way it's a little more muffled. And let's play that, see how it sounds. So first up we've got the LaCie rugged external hard drives. You always need. I think that sounds great. You can definitely tell the difference. Those high points in the song aren't covering up the voice quite as much, and it also helps bring the volume down a little bit, so it helps balance things out a lot more. So that is a very simple way to make your background music much more subtle and make it not so dominating over your talking audio. And the third effect that I'm going to show you guys today with the low pass effect is to end a song wherever you want it to end. And that might sound a little confusing because it's just muffling it, but if we take the cutoff point from the maximum amount down to the minimum amount very quickly, it cuts the music out almost completely and has kind of a winding down sound effect to it. So here's the clip without the effect. Back in my zone now. Right now you can see it just has a constant power effect on there to fade it out, but what we also want to do is add that low pass effect to dramatically cut the music and have a more powerful ending. So all we're going to do, we're going to go to the last frame of our clip here, and we're going to drag the low pass filter down onto our music. Once again, you're going to bring it up to the maximum value, and then since we're already at the end of our clip, we're going to hit the stopwatch, and I'm gonna press shift right to go ahead 5 frames. And now I'm gonna set my cutoff point to 0, which it'll automatically go to 10 hertz, which is the minimum. And you can hear very quickly how it just cuts off. Back in my zone now. It sounds almost kind of like an old TV, like powering down. And then I also have some sound effects down here that I will toggle back on. You can hear, even with just adding a couple of sound effects, how much more powerful this effect can be. Back in my zone now. I like to add those sound effects, that way it kind of drags it out, has a little bit of reverb, and it sounds more unified, like it was meant to be like that. I don't have any underwater footage, but this is also how people would create an effect that sounds like the camera and music is going underwater and has that muffled sound. Thanks for watching, guys. If this video helped you, leave a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below if you've used this before or if you have a different trick that you like to use. And let me know what other kinds of tutorials or things you guys want to see. And as always, peace out.